Hello, dear students. Welcome to Get Lit English with Get Lit Nexus. As you know, we don't stop at teaching, we help you learn and retain. In this video, I'll share you how to memorize and remember all the important works of Mulk Raj Anand in a chronological order using a simple story-based memory technique. Ready? Let's begin. In search of milk, a child was lost in a village. Later, the child was found lying motionless near a tree. But no one dared to touch him, fearing that he might be an untouchable. After a while, a coolie passed by. He picked up a twig with 2 leaves and a bud and gently touched the child to check whether he was alive or dead. Then he turned over the body and recognized the child. He was the son of the MA teacher who died a few days ago. On seeing this, everyone lamented on the death of the child and the MA teacher. This heart-wrenching news spread throughout the village in Punjab and also the nearby villages across the backwaters. Shaken by this tragedy, all men of that village decided to put down their swords and sickles and go on strike, joining the Barbers' Trade Union. The death of that child really made their hearts heavy. So, they decided to mourn and grieve for the next 7 summers, which means for the next 7 years. They chose to live a private life without stepping out of their homes. Because of this decision, the roads became strangely silent. Only the old woman and the cow were seen on the road. One day, however, a man with mustache stepped out of his home by covering his face early in the morning. He gathered his courage and went to confess his love to his beloved. After reaching her house, he sent her a message saying that he wanted to have a conversation with her in Bloomsbury. He sent that message gently floating through a bubble so that no one would see him. And that is the story. Now, let's decode the story and trace out the actual titles of the works of Mulk Raj Anand. The story began with a child searching for milk, right? Here the word milk stands for the word Mulk in the name Mulk Raj Anand. Alright? Then the child gets lost, right? This scene stands for the short story collection The Lost Child and Other Stories published in 1934. Then what happened? No one dared to help the child, fearing that he might be an untouchable, right? This scene stands for the work Untouchable, published in 1935. And then, The Coolie Passed By That Way stands for the work Coolie, published in 1936. Then he took a twig with 2 leaves and a bud to check whether the child was alive or dead, right? Here the twig with 2 leaves and a bud stands for the novel with the same title, 2 Leaves and a Bud, published in 1937. After recognizing that he was the child of the MA teacher, everyone lamented on the death of the MA teacher and the child, right? This scene stands for the work Lament on the Death of a Master of Arts, published in 1939. Here, Master of Arts is that MA, right? MA teacher. Then, that news was spread throughout the village in Punjab and also across the backwaters, right? Here, the village stands for the novel Village, published in 1939. And then, Backwater stands for the novel Across the Black Waters, published in 1940. After that, all men strike by putting down their swords and sickle, right? Here, the scene stands for the novel The Sword and the Sickle, published in 1942. All these 3 novels are collectively called as Punjab Trilogy or the Lalu Trilogy. Then, all men in that village joined Barbers' Trade Union and went on strike, right? Here, this stands for the novel The Barbers' Trade Union, published in 1944. Then, all of their hearts were really heavy, right? Here, the heavy heart stands for the novel The Big Heart, published in 1945. With their heavy heart, they decided to mourn for the next 7 years, right? Here, 7 years stands for the autobiography 7 Summers, published in 1951. Then what happened? Everyone decided to live a private life. even without stepping out of their own homes, right? Here, the private life stands for the novel Private Life of an Indian Prince, published in 1953. Because of that decision, only a old woman and cow were seen on the road, right? This scene stands for the novels The Old Woman and the Cow, published in 1960, and The Road, published in 1961. Then, a man with mustache covered his face and stepped out of his house in the early morning to confess his love, right? This scene stands for the short story collection A Pair of Mustache, published in 1966. And then he covered his face in the early morning, right? This stands for the autobiographical work Morning Face, published in 1968. Why did he do so? To confess his love to his lover. This stands for the work Confession of a Lover, published in 1976. Then he sent a message that he wants to have a conversation with her in Bloomsbury, right? This scene stands for the novel Conversations in Bloomsbury, published in 1981. How did he send the message? He sent the message through a bubble, right? Here the bubble stands for the autobiographical work The Bubble, published in 1984. Here in the slide, I have used 3 different colors to indicate the genre of that work. Texts given in purple are short story collections, texts given in black are novels, and texts given in orange are autobiographies. Actually, Anand planned to write his autobiography titled as 7 Ages of Man in 7 volumes. But out of that, only 4 parts were completed, and that are 7 Summers, Morning Face, Confession of a Lover, and The Bubble. We have already seen that, right? And that's it. You have learned all the important works of Mulk Raj Anand in chronological order. Now, pause the video for a second and try to recall the entire story and also the actual works. Once you're done with this, give a try to the following MCQs and check out the answers in the description. If you have got the answers right, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. We'll see you in another video. Take very good care of yourself.